Today, something that we're reading more and more about, something that's becoming kind of a front page news issue, is this idea of oil exports out of this country. I think a lot of people don't understand the fact that it's actually illegal to export oil from this country. Is that correct?
Against the law, yes. That was a law that was developed after the Arab embargo in '73 and should be looked at. There are other laws that were developed at that time because it panicked all of us here in the United States. Gasoline prices went up, long lines at the filling stations. You know, one thing right after another. So my gosh, we got to do something about this. We won't ever export any oil. We didn't believe then that we would ever have oil like we do today. Look at what you have today. We're using about 18 million barrels of oil a day in the United States, and we're producing between 8 and 9 million barrels. Well, we still import a lot of oil. We import 8 or 9 million barrels a day, but some of that oil comes from very, very friendly countries, Canada and Mexico. The other 4.5 million comes really from OPEC, not friendly. So here we are starting to have options develop for this country. My advice is to produce more oil in the United States and Canada and Mexico combined. I would like to see a North American energy alliance developed, which would bring those three countries together. We would provide a lot to the alliance, which would be a market. And because Canada exports, Mexico exports, and now we may even export.
So 40 years ago, we passed all these laws, like you mentioned, the SPR, price controls, rationing, the oil export ban, you know, all these different things. And over time,
and the windfall profits tax.
Windfall profits tax. And so over time, each one of these things has kind of either fallen off or been repealed. I mean, the SPR is still in place, of course. Should it be illegal to export oil?
Well, let's look at the big picture. I mean, products, we are still importing 1,900,000 barrels of product a day in the United States, but we're exporting 3.2 or 3 million barrels a day.
And when you say products,
I'm talking about gasoline, diesel, other products out of the refineries. Well, what's happened also over the last 50 years, we have the best refining complex in the world. Our refiners are updated, they have the best equipment, and they produce the best products. And so consequently, we are exporting over 3 million barrels of products a day and importing about 2 million.
I guess it's a little humorous to debate whether we should export the oil when you're already exporting the products you actually put into your car.
But our refining complex, as it evolved, they were getting ready to process heavier crude oil, lower gravity crude oil, and they got set for that. What happened is the exploration and production part of the oil and gas industry developed a lot of oil in the United States, and it's light sweet crude, more desirable than the lower gravity crudes. But our refineries, we've got the best in the world. They will adjust to what they're going to have to process, and they will adjust to light sweet.
And it's kind of hard to defend why it would be illegal if we're already exporting agriculture and coal and natural gas starting next year.
Well, the reason it was there was because we panicked and never believed that we would really export oil again.
Right.
But let the markets play out here, which will be, they will adjust, and we will, if the light sweet is what the refiners want, that's what they'll have, and then you'll see the heavier grade crude come less attractive to come to the United States. I like that because that's where I see OPEC, and Venezuela is part of OPEC, of course, Nigeria is, and it's unstable. Those countries are very unstable. We can